Creation was a mistake they can't undo. Long before the first star burned in the sky, before the oceans filled the deep places of the world, there was nothing but darkness and silence. And in that silence, something stirred. The first beings, older than time, woke from their endless sleep. They were not gods, not in the way we understand them. They were forces, shapeless and vast, beyond good or evil. And they were bored. So they decided to create. With a thought, they shaped the first light. With a whisper, they pulled the first world from the emptiness. They made mountains that reached for the heavens and valleys that sank into the unknown. They filled the land with trees that never died and rivers that never ran dry. They made creatures, some small, some large, and set them loose to roam the earth. At first, beings watched with delight. The world was new, and everything was perfect. But soon, they noticed something strange. The creatures they had made began to change. The trees grew twisted, the rivers turned bitter, and the animals grew claws and teeth meant for more than just survival. The beings did not understand. They had not made things this way. They had not designed suffering. They had not imagined death. But it was there, creeping into their creation like a shadow they could not erase. One of the beings, the one who had shaped the first light, spoke. "We have made a mistake," it said. "This world is not as we intended. It is broken." The others agreed. They had not meant for pain to exist. They had not meant for creatures to fear or fight or fade away. They had only wanted to fill the silence. So they tried to undo what they had done. They reached into the world to smooth away the cracks, to silence the cries of the dying, to erase the hunger and the fear. But the world resisted. It had grown beyond their control. The more they tried to fix it, the worse it became. The trees grew thorns. The rivers flooded. The creatures turned on one another. Frustrated, one of the beings, the one who had shaped the deepest valleys, suggested the unthinkable. "We must destroy it," it said. "We must wipe it all away and start again." But the others hesitated. They had given the world life. To take it back would be to admit defeat. And so they waited, hoping that somehow the world would heal itself. It did not. Centuries passed. The beings watched as kingdoms rose and fell, as wars raged, as creatures they had never imagined crawled from the dark places of the earth. They saw beauty too, love and laughter, courage and kindness, but it was always followed by loss. The being who had shaped the first light spoke again. "We cannot undo what we have done," it said. "The world is ours, but it does not belong to us anymore." And so they made a choice. They stepped back. They let the world be. They watched from the shadows as it grew, as it suffered, as it thrived and withered and thrived again. They did not interfere. They could not. Some say they still watch us now. Some say they regret what they made. Others say they are waiting, just waiting, for the day when the world finally fades back into the silence from which it came. But one thing is certain. Creation was a mistake they can't undo, and we are the ones who must live with it.